So Fergal, we've just wrapped up a fantastic 2-day Vanta event here at the Cyculus facility. You've had customers come in from right across Europe. You must be delighted. What are your takeaways?
I'm really blown away with what happened over the last few days. We've got customers coming from all the corners of Europe to come and see Cyculus, and that's a proud moment. After starting a company, to see people come that are showing interest in your services and taking 2 days out of their busy lives. So it's been great.
Now, one of the things that really struck me when I was talking to some of the delegates was the fact that I know you've been going around to everybody, you've been pitching the solution, but actually coming here and physically seeing the machine in action feels like a game changer. I guess for you, you must have been very proud to have them here and actually the chance to see the whole line itself.
Yeah, since the outset, we're quoting the wow effect. You know, it is a pretty impressive piece of kit, right? So when you're seeing it for the first time, you know, you're very impressed, and we see that with customers, and we actually recommend to customers to come and see it, so they know what they're doing, they can see what the product does, and they know what to expect.
And then also at this event, you unveiled some new additions to what you're offering here in the facility. So can you talk a bit about those beyond the line itself?
Yeah, so the core of our work is always going to be the machine, and we have our pro-grade grading profiles, but on top of that, you know, our conversations with our customers have shown that we need to do additional services, incremental services. We process to be the best processing possible. We also want to make that product the best it can be. And that, what Total Care there does is address things such as scratch screens, such as, you know, batteries that are losing power. And in the future, we want to extend that to looking at frames and other things. So, you know, to really increase the resale value of those products and the quality. And
one of the very impressive demos you had here was watch, and you've added that to the portfolio as well. That's a tough product to crack. I know a lot of people have been looking at it.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about what you're doing there.
Yeah, very much so. I've seen from previous employment and previous communications with customers, watches are playing a bigger role in the secondary market. And there's a nervousness around people jumping into that market because they were a little bit unsure as to how they were going to process them, how they could grade them, you know, how they deal with watches come a lot with scratch screens. So how do you deal with that? And then the strap issue cleans, so I think we found a solution with working with the guys from Cyber Black and Time Shield on that to really put a really good functional test in place. And I hope that will drive some of our customers to do more and more watches.
And then finally, obviously central to the story here has been automation. But I was very excited to hear, not only from you, but from Apkudo as well, this view that we go now into more of a data-driven business as well. So how do you see that panning out over the next year, 18 months, 2 years?
Yeah, I often say, in God we trust, show me the data for everything else. We're generating an amazing amount of data here, upwards of 200 points of data per unit that goes through the machine. We should be using it. We should be using it to not only tell our customers more, but our consumers more. And we can do that in the form of a passport. Passports have existed in other areas, such as cars, with Carfax in the US for a long time. And we do take a lot of parallels from the automotive industry. Why don't we do that? And so not only is Europe and everyone looking at that, but Apkudo is spending a lot of time in how do they generate and how do we work with them as powered by Apkudo to get these passports done. And I think that's the future.
Well, it's been great to be here, great to see it all again, and thanks so much for having me along.
I love it when you're here. Thanks very much for coming.